Because at number 5 this year for the non-quarterback NFL MVPs,
Terrence Steele.
No.
Oh.
Although, shout out to him, man. For those 6-7 games, they really stabilized that right side of the offensive line.
Doug Free.
Nope. Love Doug Free. Not quite.
Okay.
Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons this year.
That makes more sense.
Comes in at number 5. Now, here goes the write-up from Seth Walder on this. While not at the top of my list, there's a legitimate case for Parsons as Defensive Player of the Year as a mere rookie. Parsons ranked first in pass rush win rate among all qualifiers this season at 29%. That rate alone would not be enough to make his case because of his versatility as an effective edge rusher and off-ball linebacker, meaning he rushed the passer less frequently than the other sack artists. In other words, he does all the other stuff well, too. He ranked 22nd of the 76 qualifiers in run-stop win rate when lined up as an off-ball linebacker, and his 0.6 yards per coverage snap allowed as a nearest defender was the 4th best among linebackers with at least 200 coverage snaps per NFL Next Gen Stats. In other words, Micah Parsons is a freak.
He's an animal. You don't need the Next Gen Stats or any of that other stuff to just know how good he is. Like it's all. He's one of these guys that like nobody's going to argue about it. Which isn't always the case. Like nobody's gonna. The analytics people aren't gonna say, he's a little overrated. The casual fan isn't gonna look at it and go like, oh no, he's not that good. Like that's a guy that universally everybody's like, yeah, he's a badass.
Yeah, like he's good. Yeah, do have to worry. He's really good. And what's interesting because I was going through Joe Corey. He had a real nice piece today on CBS Sports about the agent's take, and we mentioned Nick Bosa and him being in line for his next contract. Some of the numbers, because he based it on, what Joey Bosa, his brother, got. Also what Aaron Donald got, the aforementioned, Aaron Donald got. And I didn't realize that both Aaron Donald and Joey Bosa share the same agent.
Todd France, isn't it?
It's a gentleman by the name of Brian.
A-Roll, yeah.
Yeah, of WME Sports. Yeah.
CAA. Or he's at WME now?
Okay.
Yeah, he would be. But he was at CAA, and that's where Joey started. Because that was a thing. I remember he was initially co-repped by Todd France. And that was a theme about like, oh, yeah, that dude was incredibly difficult to get signed. And so everybody's like, oh, great, now he's repping Dak.
We learned more about Todd France during Dak Prescott's contract negotiations than I think we ever thought we would hear and learn about an agent at that point, because Todd France was public enemy number one, it felt like, for a lot of people. But the contract numbers that he puts out for Nick Bosa go a little something like this.
Can I guess?
Yeah, sure. Guess? Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to guess, and I've not seen this, but I just looking at Joey and TJ and what they make. 5 years, $150 million, 105 in total guarantees.
Close. Actually, you're pretty spot on, actually.
Sweet.
If I could do math right. So the average would be $30.5 million per year. Overall guarantees at $110 million. Fully guaranteed $85 million, and a contract extension at 5 years. So pretty much, yeah,
pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close.
See, it's not that hard to figure out what you're supposed to pay the next guy. Dak shouldn't have taken 2 years.
Exactly. That's kind of the point there. But also got me thinking about Parsons, because if Bosa becomes the first $30 million non-quarterback, I just shudder to think, if Micah Parsons continues on the track that he's on, what kind of contract that he could get by the time he's eligible for his extension after, his second season in the league.
Cowboys notoriously drive a hard bargain. I remember when DeMarcus Lawrence was up for his contract, part of the dispute was they wanted DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence, since camp, wanted him to be paid like the top pass rushers. And the Cowboys were saying, well,
that's the other part. How do you slot Parsons? Yeah.
Those guys you're talking about are 3-4 outside linebackers. We're offering you to make you the highest paid 4-3 defensive end. And it's like, no, okay, that's not, because Von Miller and all these other guys know. And so that became like a thing. So I would wonder if just like when Micah comes up, if they get cute with a little bit like, well, you are technically a will linebacker.
Playing hard to get. But yeah,
yes.
That is going to be interesting when his contract comes up and his eligibility for his extension comes up, what the numbers could look like for Micah Parsons, given he continues to do what he does. But those are the non-quarterback NFL MVPs for the 2021 NFL season, according to Seth Walder of ESPN.
Good job, Seth.
Yeah, that was good. Actually, that was pretty good.